viewers, and welcome to another video testing the Fanatec P1 rim. I was testing a while ago. I made a whole bunch of these videos, and this is one I completely forgot about, testing one of the old Formula 1 cars on the Xbox version of Project Cars. Really like the old look of these old cars, I have to say. I was racing this at the time because I was trying to imagine what the new season will be like with the wider tyres, but there is just something about that more rubber feeling that just makes them look good. Big fat tyres racing round here. Tricky car to drive on this course actually. There's a few corners here and there where you can lose rear end grip quite easily, and the AI a little bit unpredictable, so I'm sort of trying to give them all a bit of space where possible. Thread the needle on this first lap till everybody stretches out a bit. Oh, slowing down a bit there, trying to get past. I can't get past the inside. Take a knock. It's okay. I'm on my way and enjoying myself. There's an intensity to being in these cars, to the audio, loud, a lot of grunt. And of course it runs pretty well as well. It'll be fascinating to see, you know, bearing in mind this is running on the Xbox One, just how good Project Cars 2 will look when we've got not only the improvements for the Xbox One version, but also with the Scorpio. Of course, seeing last week Microsoft Scorpio, the technical specifications and what that means for games, and especially the racing genre, which was of course showcased in terms of Forza Motorsport 7, looked very impressive indeed. And of course there's also news that Project Cars 2, they've been talking about their esports, and it's going to include various sort of matchmaking skills and esports options, of course, from the off. It should also add a lot to the racing. So there's a lot to look forward to on this game, or on the new forthcoming game, should I say. So on the inside there, touch of wheels, but unfortunately we didn't get away with it. The AI, they are sort of speeding up and slowing down, and that's always the difficulty when following the AI sometimes, is they'll accelerate and brake at sort of unusual times, which makes it difficult occasionally to race close. Oh, again the back end stepping out. Felt like Daniel Ricciardo for a moment there, almost losing it Australia, but not quite. Bit of a save. I find a bit of opposite lock along with backing off the power very quickly, trying to find that little bit of traction. I don't completely back out the power though. It's a process of trying to regain traction rather than completely lifting, because then you'll just start sliding anyway. You don't. Keep a little bit of the wheels spinning gingerly through there just to complete the video. But the wheel, really, the feedback from it is excellent. You know, in terms of the sort of wheels on the market, this is a real premium wheel, especially for console fans. Shouldn't be any problem with it working on the Scorpio. Fanatec have sort of leaked that already, that it works well with Forza Motorsport 7. So if you're into your racing and you want to get the most out of it, you know, it's one of those investments that you make that's a major investment, but my goodness, a wheel really transforms your enjoyment of the racing genre, and I'm always loving this. Of course you can see here, I'll mention it on the podcast again, but there are various different options in Project Cars to change your field of view, seating position. Apparently there's not a field of view option change in the forthcoming Dirt 4, which is a bit of a shame due to performance issues. So that's quite interesting that they've not included that. I would love to know what the performance issues are, and I'll mention that more on the podcast. I'll just repeat myself on that. So it's a little bit slow on content on the channel at the moment, just because we're all busy doing stuff and setting stuff up for later this year. I can tell you this: once we get past E3, you're going to see tons and tons of content on the channel, stacks of it. But between now and then, it's really just a case of preparing everything so that later this year we've got all the new racing games we can get our hands on. That's obviously as long as the various developers are happy to give us the access to test out the games and show those to you. And of course we'll discuss all of that on our podcast as well. Every lap of these races I'm always improving a bit, leaning a bit harder on the tyres, trying to find a better line through there. I'm trying not to turn the wheel, so you'll find that, you know, the back end can step out so easily that I'm sort of tippy-toeing through the fast direction changes and just trying to go as fast as I can, progressively accelerating all the way round so I can exit and get the power down as quickly as possible. So yeah, I mean, later in the next few weeks we've got some more Project Cars 2 videos coming, hopefully very soon. I'm going to be testing that out again, seeing how it's moved on, trying out the various new handling. It'll be my first time trying the game, hopefully, without assists getting in the way, so we can really start to get a feel for how things have moved forward, and hopefully more interviews as well in terms of interviewing the developers and finding out more in terms of progression of development. So it's definitely one we're looking closely at this year. The big three: Gran Turismo, Project Cars 2, Forza Motorsport. There can be only one winner. As it happens, there's enough fans on the market for all three, but having said that, it's a titanic competition, especially for the Team VVV Awards 2018. And as we come around the final corner, that's it from me. As ever, more soon.